Okay, folks, let me start out with saying we're probably going to have a little road noise from the highway out here. We got a 5-lane main traffic road out here in front of our warehouse, and I don't really have any other place to make it into quite a video. But anyhow, this is an update on my sawmill that I built a while back. I know a lot of y'all are asking me for updates on it. This is an update that I didn't want to have to make. A video that I didn't want to take it all. We ran into a major problem, and it wasn't because of sawmill problems, it was because of what I did. Most of the time we cut our wood, you know, with a grain, big slabs, but we had a customer that needed 165 trophy plaques or boards or what do you want to call it for presentations at awards. And I said, well, you know, sometimes we'll cut those with the chainsaw, and then we run them through a planer, and then we hand sand them, and we brush the edges with a knotty brush, make them look really nice. I said, oh, well, we got to get these out quick. So let's just run them through the sawmill. Let's just take a log, a nice clean log, and stand it upright, just like you see in this picture here. And this was what was left of the animal that caused my problem. As you see, there's a chip out of it. We started cutting these, and I had them tied down on the rails of the sawmill, and I was breezing across the top of them, and I got a little bit excited, a little bit in a hurry. Yeah, weather was coming in, and I needed to get about 40 of them done that day, and I kind of pushed it a little too hard. Well, that was a big mistake, especially going across the grain on this hard mesquite. I imagine you can figure it out what happened at that point, but I'll explain it. This blade bit into this mesquite so hard that it actually it's bent way more than what I'm going to show you. I straightened it out a little bit, but this thing got up inside this mesquite and it bound itself up, and it locked. I mean, cold turkey locked. Hey, don't underestimate the power of these little motors. When you're driving a 200+ inch blade, 1.5 inches wide, something's got to give somewhere, and it did. Well, let's tell you what happened. Let me see if I can get a picture of this plate. When it hung up in there, it took this plate, it bent it way in at the bottom, kind of twisted it like an S. I'm not sure if you see it in the video. And in return, see how far it cocked that wheel? It didn't bend the shaft. The shaft and the bearings are fine. But boy, did it ever bend that plate. Now this plate is it's less than 1/4 inch, I think. So what I'm gonna have to do is go back in here, and I'm gonna put a real big plate on this end of it, so we don't run into this problem again. But I'll have to be more cautious when I'm running it later, because something else will break. As you see, I still have no guides on it, and I've cut, oh God, I don't know how many logs with this thing. The blade never jumped one time on me. But when it did this time, it didn't only take the blade off and tear up the plate on the end that holds that wheel and the pulleys, or the wheel and the bearings, but it took my little guide here and bent it up too. So yeah, this is a Sawmill Trainwreck. I don't think it'll take a lot to get it fixed back up, but I sure do need to get it fixed up pretty soon. This end held together real well. As you see over here, I got a whole trailer load of mesquite I need to cedar, Texas red cedar I need to process. So it's kind of an urgent matter for me to get the old mill back up and running. Got some nice stuff here. I'll make some really pretty fireplace mantles out of it. And then I got a whole bunch more stuff over here. I got a mill. But this is what happens when you try to push a sawmill a little bit too hard, and you try to do things that you shouldn't be doing with it. But there's some old mesquite and some Texas ebony we got over here that we need to cut up. Now that Texas ebony will take its toll on that sawmill. We've been cutting some off of this one here. That's some Texas mesquite. And then we got some cedar pieces. Well, back to the sawmill. Again, folks, man, all I can say is live and learn, and this is an update. A lot of y'all are asking for updates on the old sawmill. Well, here it is. But we'll get her back up. We'll get old Bertha fired back up, get her back in commission. We'll put her back on the tracks and let her rip and roll. There's a picture of the tracks. Man, I can tell you, when that blade caught, that whole sawmill jumped tracks like a derailed train. I was running like Fred Sanford and Lamont all at one time. Like Ellie Mae Clampett was chasing me down the road. I was out of town in a matter of seconds, all 240 pounds of my big old boy butt. But all right, folks, that's an update. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'll post you once I get this thing remodeled, revamped, revised. We'll get her cranked up, get her running, we'll get you another video. But hey, I bet you I stick away from that cross-cutting, that mesquite short chunks. I don't want no more action like that. Again, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like, subscribe button. This is Larry. We're signing out.